Jack Ross is gone. He was shipped out. He got moved out of Easter Road quicker than a player going from the B team to the A team in Glasgow. And now we're here to discuss who the next Hibs manager will be. And there's been some mad names mentioned for the Hibs job. So we're going to basically go through the entire list of candidates. Candidates that have been listed in the bookmaker odds, candidates that have just came out of fucking nowhere like an RKO, candidates, anyone that can get this job, we're basically going to talk about right here, right now. But before we do that, we're going to talk about Jack Ross. And do you think he deserved to be sacked, or do you think it was harsh? Do you think he deserved, a couple of more weeks to turn this around? What do you think, Gaming Jesus?
Well, in our last vid, I said we probably should have given him the cup final, but then I thought about it. What was it, 1 win out of 9? That's fucking atrocious. He had to go.
It is, but if I had to make an argument for him, I could say last season he finished third. Hibs' highest finish in the league in 15 years. He got to a cup final, a cup semi, and another cup final here. So, I mean, that's not a bad run, is it, really, when you think about it?
True, but they were fucking sinking.
Well, they were, and you could argue that he got third because Hearts weren't in the league and Aberdeen had an atrocious season, so you could argue that point, but I feel like it is harsh. What I would say is, though, I felt like I don't think his Hibs side was as good as Neil Lennon's.
Ooh.
Well, you...
Well, I'd say it's pretty good.
Well, Neil Lennon got a higher points tally than he did, and yep, he finished third. That just, to me, that tells you the league was a wee bit poorer that season.
Yeah, no, I probably agree with that.
Whereas when Neil Lennon got the highest Hibs' highest points tally, obviously Aberdeen were better that year.
True, but I just feel like Nesbitt, Boyle.
Well, I don't think the guy can complain, right? I mean, 4 points for 27 is shocking. I don't think Jack Ross can wake up in the morning, look in the mirror, and say, you know what, I've been fucking shafted here. I don't think he can do that. But I do feel like he maybe deserved a couple more weeks. And I think I think it's harsh when you get to a cup final and you don't actually get the opportunity to play in it. A bit like Mourinho did with Tottenham last year. He got them to a cup final. The guy's successful, he wins trophies. Like, Jack Ross ain't successful, he wins fuck all. But my point is,
that's a Hibs thing.
I think if you get to a final, then you deserve to see it out.
Yep.
Right. Now let's speak about who's going to replace him. Speaking of Neil Lennon, one of the favourites at 12-1. Could he go back to Hibs? Last time when he left Hibs, he didn't really leave on good terms. He kind of got kicked out. Then he ended up with the Celtic job. So I mean, it kind of how that happened. It pretty much worked. Normally, well, I mean, it's a promotion basically.
Yep.
B to A team. That's kind of how it worked there. But Neil Lennon, do you think he could have a second run at Hibs?
Potentially. Don't know what he's doing. He's on Sky Sports the odd time.
He's not a great pundit, so I mean, I'd be all for getting him back in the. I mean, I think Nielsen and Lennon would be good for the Edinburgh derbies.
Yep, feisty.
Yeah, I mean, it's a bit
for the television.
It's always good to have someone to throw a coin at, like, so may as well.
Whoa, can't be saying that, buddy.
You may as well
Those other fans, they do it.
You may as well get Neil Lennon in there. Why not? Fucking Neil Lennon. I like Neil Lennon. He's good for the Scottish football, he is. I don't care what you say.
He's a character.
See Jack Ross, he was, wasn't he? Like
Jack Ross.
I mean, look at Nielsen coming out. You know what I mean? Like saying the old firm get fucking everything. Ross comes in and, well, I would have claimed for it if it was my team. I mean, what? Come on. Show some passion, mate, for fuck's sake. Right.
Mr. Type A person.
Shock manager being put forward for the job.
Chris Benoit.
No, not, well, probably more shocking than Chris Benoit.
Fuck.
John Carver.
What, the president?
What? No.
Just Jimmy Carr.
Fuck's sake. John Carver.
I am.
Do you know who it is?
No.
You know that guy that took the Newcastle job for 8 weeks before they went down? And True Geordie was going absolutely fucking mental.
Him?
Aye.
What the fuck is going on here?
Well, do you know he's in the Scotland setup? He's one of Steve Clarke's right-hand men.
Aye, well. And he's Sergeant at Arms.
Yeah, pretty much, aye. He's the guy that...
I'm your right hand, Steve.
He's the guy that Steve Clarke's been sending to Easter Road to scout the likes of fucking Nisbet and that. So, McGinn, Doige. So,
Doige?
Aye, why not? Under 21s, mate. So, who knows?
Fuck off.
What?
He's fucking Swiss.
Who?
Deutsch?
He's Scottish, mate.
I'm joking.
Dick. So, John Carver has spent a lot of time at Easter Road this season, and maybe he could be spending a lot more time there. Personally, I mean, if you want Hibs to be a major force in Scottish football, I don't think John Carver getting the job's a good idea.
No.
It would be. I'd say it would. I was going to say it would be interesting. It would be fucking terrible. Let's be real. I think that'd be a guy that would maybe last 2 months at the most.
It might last us 8 weeks.
8 weeks. 8 weeks. 2 months.
Nothing.
Other candidates. A couple of people here that I think would be offered the job because they're dinosaurs. And you got Neil Warnock and Steve Bruce, both valued at 20-1 to be the next Hibs manager. I mean, the sad thing for me is, I don't think either of those guys would be interested in the job. And the sadder thing is, neither of them deserve the fucking job.
Yeah.
But I think both of them would look down, especially Bruce, maybe not Warnock. I don't know about Warnock. But I think Bruce would look down at the Hibernian job. Yeah, I think Bruce would think, okay, I ain't taking the Hibs job for, 10 grand a week? When in reality, mate, you don't even deserve to have job seekers allowance, you're shit. You know what I mean? You're absolute garbage. So, any thoughts on those two getting the job?
No chance. If we're going to waste 10 grand a week on a manager at Hibs, it needs to be on someone fucking half decent. And Steve Bruce here.
Another guy that is 20-1 and also in the running. And like I said, the previous two were just getting the job because they're old dinosaurs. This guy would simply be getting the job because he's black and he complains and moans like shit. So Campbell. A guy that's done nothing. A guy that he's only relevant because he complains about the lack of diversity in management. I think that would be a disastrous appointment for Hibs.
Yeah.
They would be solely hiring him due to the fact he's black.
Right, see that door behind you, mate?
I get it, Sol Campbell.
Fucking inbred bastards, alright, I get it. Woo! I get it.
I'd rather see Ric Flair get the job. Nature boy.
I'd give my seat up on the bus for Ric Flair.
You can tell this video's turned into a bit of a piss take. Right, let's get to some more serious names. Sean Maloney, thoughts on him?
This is Shawn Michaels. The boy toy has arrived in Amber.
Sean Maloney, been doing coaching in Belgium.
Bobby Nielsen, I can beat you.
Part of Roberto Martinez's coaching squad for Belgium. Former Hibs player, or was he?
No.
Well, he played for Celtic, close enough. Fucking same fucking thing, isn't it? Really. He played for the A team. He never got demoted to the B team, but you know what I mean. Close enough to playing for Hibs. Would you put him up? Would you put him up for it?
Maybe. What's he doing for Belgium?
I don't know. Putting out the cones. That's what I tell you. Obviously, he was staying for Pep. Right. James McFake, Dundee manager, picked up a few wins recently on a bit of a roll.
Got beat the day.
Well, they did, but they were winning twice. Got beat but they were still winning.
Oh well, so twice in the game, might as well be a win.
It's also coming in at 16-1. Hibernian legend, Celtic legend, potentially future Aberdeen legend, Scottish legend, Scotty Brown, the Rangers tattoo legend.
What price is he?
16-1.
How the fuck can a guy who's playing for another team in the league be 16-1 to manage another team?
I know what's he going to do. Just tell Aberdeen I'm sitting out my contract, bro. I'm sitting at home.
Brown can take his dome and go home.
Scott Brown. I tell you what, I'd like to see it, but it's not going to. It's not going to.
Sheep, I'm away.
It's not going to fucking.
The B team is here.
Next game, fucking Aberdeen go to Easter Road, and he doesn't get back on the bus. He's like, I'm not getting on the bus. I'm staying here. Scott Brown, is it going to happen?
No.
Would you like to see it happen?
Yeah, but it's just fucking not.
Another guy coming at 16-1, Gordon Strachan. Big name.
I'd rather Gordon Ramsay.
True. It's fucking raw. Big name, Gordon Strachan, but
fat fuck. It's not good enough for me.
Gordon Strachan. I like to spell Scotland manager.
Aye, but dinosaur.
I mean, yeah, he's almost 65.
He's only like 60, is he not?
No, he's 64, mate. He's soon to be 65.
I think he's looked like a bag of dog shit though.
He has, hasn't he? Yeah, he looks like Ric Flair a bit. Woo!
No, but at least Ric Flair's got no excuse. He's a fucking mess.
No, I don't mind having a 65-year-old manager, right, if he's been at the club for years, you know, like Wenger and Ferguson. But, I don't know, signing?
Well, Neil Warnock's like 70 odds.
Yeah, I did say he's a white dinosaur, old white man, dinosaur. That's the only reason he was offered the job. At least Stratton's kind of relevant in Scottish football. But my point being, I just wouldn't want to sign a manager that old.
Aye.
You know, like, unless he's the cream of the fucking crop, like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm sure Hibs would take Sir Alex back any day.
Aye. Why take him back?
I don't know. I mean, Hibs would probably take Walter, and he's been dead a month. So I mean, you know what I mean? They're pretty desperate.
That's a bit fucking dark.
But you know, my point is, right? I just think if you're going to hire an old manager, he needs to be good. And I'm sorry, Steve Bruce was never good, and Neil Warnock wasn't that good either. Like,
see that meme of him where like somebody asks him, or no, he walks into the press conference and he's like, he looks directly at the camera, he's like, yeah. You not seen it?
No.
Oh, fuck off, you haven't lived, dickhead.
I'll check after
fucking
this.
end this vid.
I'll check after this.
Fucking noms.
Right, coming in at 14-1.
Put on me gas, fucking...
Two Hibs legends, or
fuck. David Gray.
former Hibs players.
Davy Gray?
Ian Murray.
Davy Gray?
And Kevin Thompson.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Kevin Thompson played for Hibs?
Aye? Who do you think Rangers signed him, if you prick? Oh, you don't know your history.
I don't know, he's pretty good in club football. Like, didn't have Hibs club football.
Any wonder why? Any of those guys got any chance? I'm going to say no.
I don't know.
Not for me, brother.
I think compared to the other people on this list, I don't fucking see why not.
Right,
They're only two off Brian. He's playing for a different team. He's never managed anything in his fucking life. Guy couldn't run a fucking bath.
Right, we're moving on to some more serious contenders. 12-1, Steve Keane.
Him.
I don't know who he is, I'll be honest.
I'm serious?
No, but the rest of the 12-1 guys are serious contenders.
Just not Steve Keane.
Just not Steve. Well, if you know, wait, let's have a quick Google search. Who is Steve Keane?
The serious contenders. He's that serious. I don't know who the
Steve
fuck
Keane.
he is.
Steve Keane is a Scottish football manager and former player who last managed Australian side Melbourne Victory. A winger, he spent his playing career in the lower divisions of Scottish, English and Portuguese leagues in the 1880s and 90s before moving into coaching. He's 54, so he never played at the top level.
So in other words, he's not getting the job.
Him there. Do you know who he is?
Oh, fuck. Do I know who he is? Answers. He looks like a fucking Adam Pearce.
Steve.
It's Scrap Daddy. What's his name again? Steve Keane?
Aye.
I will.
Steve
Keen
Keane.
your ass on it. Here's your
Nah, I'm not too keen on that choice, actually. I think we'll leave that one. Right, moving on to other 12-1 options. We've got Paul Lambert, Alan Stubbs, and we've already spoken about Neil Lennon.
It's fucking Tim Express, isn't it?
It is, all three. Well, I mean, Lennon and Stubbs. No, wait, Lennon never played for Hibs. Managed Hibs. Alan Stubbs played and managed Hibs.
True.
And Paul Lambert played for Celtic. That's as good as Hibs. So, you think those guys have got any chance?
Maybe. You're in the 12-1 category, you've got an out.
I mean, Alan Stubbs won the Scottish Cup final against Rangers, I reckon. But then again, would they consider that a backwards move or what? At the end of the day, Stubbs and Lennon both got fired.
True.
I mean, it's hard to take back. It's hard to take back a guy you fired, like. Yeah. Paul Lambert wasn't fired, but who knows? Moving on up to the more realistic options. Coming in at 8-1 with Jim Goodwin, current St Mirren manager.
Could help.
The non-Irishman, he's got that wee Irish tie that the Hibbies would like. Although, probably they'd prefer him if he showed allegiance to the Republic rather than the North.
Derry.
It's Londonderry.
Boss take me to Derry.
I dead on, right. Anyway, Jim Goodwin, what's his chances of a Hibs job?
How many people are left?
4.
That's 4 too many. Fuck's sake for Jim Goodwin. Next.
What's Jim Goodwin's chances?
He's fucking pish.
Alright.
What's he ever done?
So you don't think he's a good win away for Hibs manager? No?
You're a kick away for that door.
Hey!
Woo!
Right, moving into the 5-1 category. We've got 3 people here.
Woo!
First up, we've got Derek McInnes. Now, I've seen a lot of Hibs fans almost borderline crying over the fact that Derek McInnes could possibly get this job. Honestly, I don't know why. This is a guy that is the second most successful Aberdeen manager ever, apart from Sir Alex Ferguson. Hands down, in my opinion.
It's not bad company.
Obviously, he finished Aberdeen 4 years in a row, second place. 2 of those years was with Rangers back in the league. And you can say Rangers, were still trying to, build their team. But in those 2 seasons, they had a far superior budget. They had the better players, supposedly. They poached fucking Ryan Jack off Rangers. So he did do well. I think it's for the Rangers' first 2 seasons to still get that. Always in about mix. He won a League Cup with Aberdeen. Probably looking back at his Aberdeen career, I think that's where you expect him to do better.
Yeah.
I think he should have probably done better in the Cups. He should have won another cup or 2. But then again, let's be real, Celtic were dominating the Cups. They did do the quadruple treble. So there wasn't that many Cups to win. It's not like other teams were winning the Cups. It's not like, all the Cups were being shared out and Aberdeen weren't winning any. Celtic were pretty much holding them all hostage. And I think he could have done a wee bit better in Europe. I think some of the European results were a bit disappointing. But this is a guy that was linked with Rangers. Even though I don't think Rangers fans were happy with that either. But I don't think Derek McInnes to Hibs would be the worst choice ever. And I don't know why Hibs fans are, so terrified about the prospect of Derek McInnes coming to Easter Road and taking up the job.
Derek.
Your thoughts on Derek McInnes getting this position?
He could get it. Would they want him? Would I want him? Hibs are fucking pish. Fans are in no position to move.
So you think Derek McInnes would be good for them? I'd consider that a pretty good signing.
Not for the cup final though, because he did fuck all for Aberdeen.
Oh, that's true. Right, so Derek McInnes. Personally, if I was a Hibs fan, I would be happy with McInnes, but who knows? Also 5-1 David Gray, considered a Hibs legend because he scored that winner against Rangers. But this is a guy with no managerial experience. He is going to be the temporary manager until they get someone, but I personally wouldn't give him the job. I think it's too big for him. And he's considered a club legend. That legendary status could quickly fade if he gets this job and, is on the receiving end of a few thrashings. So, to me, maybe as an interim manager, maybe hold the fort. He could be alright. But as a permanent manager, I don't think David Gray has what it takes.
No.
Want to elaborate on that or just no?
Well, he scored a couple of good goals in the Hibs career mode last season, but that's not... If that's going to take you to the job, then I'd take it.
Right, up next, controversial, another guy coming in at 5-1, and I don't think this... As much as I praised this guy and said he was the manager of the year, I don't think
Davidson.
I don't think he should get the job. Yes, Callum Davidson, right?
Aye, what about this season, dickhead?
Listen.
Aye.
But no, this season's irrelevant to...
Oh, fuck.
Like, just because he's garbage this season doesn't mean that Gerrard didn't steal his trophy last.
Gerrard took his ball and fucked off.
Right, listen, the fact is, Callum Davidson 100% deserved to be manager of the year last year, right? Now, I don't care if you're biased and support Rangers and you've got your wee blue, red and white tinted specs on, right? Callum Davidson winning a cup's easy. That's why Rangers have won how many cups in the last 10 years?
0.
Fucking hee-haw. Right, so
let's wear cups in my fucking colour, yeah.
Let's be real, right? Winning a cup isn't easy. Winning 2 cups when you're a club the size of St Johnstone in the same season is fucking borderline impossible. So, the guy did a tremendous job, right? But let's be real, that was his first year in management. And people were touting him for the Scotland job. People were saying, get Steve Clarke out and get Callum Davidson in. And I'm thinking, look, let's calm down a bit. Steve Clarke's proved himself to be a great manager over the years. Callum Davidson has had one epic season, but that's all it was, one epic season. Now look at this, not even 12 months, onwards. You're talking maybe, 5 months later. And where is the guy? St Johnstone have been knocked out of Europe, albeit they got a tough draw with Galatasaray. So already out of one of the cups they're defending against, they didn't do too well in it. The bottom of the table, for God's sake, the bottom of the Scottish Premiership. A lot of people, had maybe not hopes, but a lot of people maybe envisioned St Johnstone possibly pushing for 3rd place this year, but at this stage it doesn't even look like they're going to get anywhere in the top 6. The bottom of the table.
3rd bottom, that's what they're fucking getting, guys.
And,
Callum Davidson, see if he did get that reward, they'd be asking for a fucking refund.
Like, I think I think if they were doing better in the league, you could say, you know what? I think Callum Davidson would be a good shout. But for me, if you give Callum Davidson this job right now, you're basically giving on just on what he done last season. And like I said, that's a once in a lifetime thing, right? No, know what that's like? That is like giving that. Who's that prick that manages Watford?
Claudio Ranieri.
Aye, that's like giving him the Real Madrid job the season after. Well, not that I'm saying Hibs or Real Madrid, like, but you get my point. That's like giving him the Real Madrid job after he wins the league with Leicester. I mean, it was a fluke. You know what I mean? It was a great achievement, but I mean, he ain't going to do it again. So, I don't know. I personally wouldn't give the job to Callum Davidson. Out of everyone we've mentioned so far, I would have to say Derek McInnes is probably... Derek McInnes or Neil Lennon, I would say, is probably up there. Maybe Gordon Stratton. Scott Brown for the cool action scene. Last but not least...
Who the fuck is it then? I'm fucking dying to know.
We're moving on.
For his fucking Finn.
We're moving on to the last and the favourite for the job.
It's Vince McMahon.
It's no Vince McMahon. It's Alex Neil. It's a bit disappointing. Alex Neil.
If I didn't take Night Nurse, that alone would have knocked me out.
Alex Neil, former midfielder. Most recently managed.
The fucking jobber, he's not midfielder.
Former
at that.
Most recently managed Preston North End. Did no bad there. I mean, you look at his playing career. It wasn't exactly the greatest. He played for Dunfermline Athletic in his youth career. Whoa. Then Airdrieonians.
Woo!
Barnsley. Mansfield Town. And he finished his career with a 10-year stint at Hamilton Academical. Because of a fucking Hamilton. Teams managed Hamilton Academical, Norwich City, and Preston North End. Thoughts on Alex Neil?
Nice. Norwich? That's no bad.
Well, that's no bad, aye, but where is he now? Unemployed. So, aye. Right. Alex Neil, thoughts on him?
Shite, didn't know he existed about 93 seconds ago.
So you wouldn't have given the job, no?
No.
Alright then, who all those options, who would you give the job to?
Does he look like Grant Mitchell by any chance?
A wee bit actually, aye.
I know who it is.
Does that change your opinion?
No.
No? Alright, okay, there you go, Alex Neil's it. Who you give the job to? I'd say Derek. I think Derek McKenzie would be a good option.
Stick all their names in a tombola.
I'd pick out the fucking... But if you pick out Steve Bruce, stick it back in.
Don't write his fucking name on it.
I write his name down, but then instead of putting it in the tambola, just put it in the bin. And on that note, guys, there you go. I'm saying Derek McKenzie. He's saying have a lucky dip and hope for the best.
Yep.
Till next time, let us know down below in this 23 long minute video who do you think should be the next Hibs manager. But until next time, we've been Fog Fitba. Thanks for watching and peace.